Good morning, everyone. As you don't know me, I'm Bill Zabriskie, Chair of the Hiku Board. So welcome you all, especially our young members here. Without further ado, I'll ask Mike to open us with karakia, please.
Wino I mui ta tātou nei wahanga o te karakia, tēnei ahau te tuku i ngā mihi pōhiri, whakatau ki roto ki tēnei whare. Koutou e te whānau, ko taturake ki raro i te tūngu o tō tātou whare o te ahu. Ka mihi mihi atu kia koutou. E ngā rōpuro te hapori, ka mihi te mihi o te ake ki o tātou nei tamariki moko puna, ko koutou te take, ko koutou te apōpō, ka mihi atu kia koutou. Tā tātou kapa tuatahi te hiku mai anu, e kawe ane i ngā iwi katoa ko te ika kanu i te hari. Ni ana kia tātou e mihi mai. Nā reira, i tui tātou. Te pō, te pō. Te toko i tēnā, te toko i tēnā, aki atu ki a. Ko te mumu, ko te awha. Ko te mumu, ko te awha, ko te wani, koe o tātai kiri, pana tambo, parau, i runga parau. I raro ka whai ka more, I runga ka whai ka more, I raro e nā ko te pau. E nā ko te pau, oro no weri, ora Te rā wahanga ki o tātou nei atua Māori. Tēnei wā ka tīkina atu au, ki tēnei taha o te kaitiama. Kia inui tātou ki te ngā te matu o te maiti o te wairua tapu. Amen. Amen. Haere mai te wairua tapu whakaurikiriti o mātou ngā koe te kāpua o tau arahami i tau māramata. Tā ka ai mātou ki te mauinga mahi. Kei haka kōria tau ingoa I runga I te matu o te whenua. Kia noho tai ai ki a koe. Nā te rākomutunga, mātou ariki mai Kristo. Amen. Ki te ngō te matu o te matu, ki te wairua tapu. Amen. Amen.
Have we got the apologies before we start the meeting? One from Trevor? Trevor. Yeah, it's back in. Thank you.
We've got Hilda online.
Hilda?
Yes, children.
Okay. You can hear us, Hilda?
Ai, aroha mai. E hui tāku a te kaumatahi. I got a hui at 11. Nō reira mihi atu ki te rōpū o tūtū taraki I roti te rūma. Engari, ka rongo au taino ki te kaumatahi karaka. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Are there any conflicts of interest we need to hear?
Of course, got one for the Doubtless Bay Moanei Festival funding application.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Kentucky one.
Understand, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you. Deputations, we have no deputations today. Moving on, thank you. Speakers. Right, due to our visitors, we'll put you first. Could I call on Te Whanua Te Tūtatara Kiki, please?
Hi.
Ora nei mehe pipi kore roi, tote poi, tote poi. Tote ho matuai manguru nei. Tote hiku o te ikai manguru nei. Ai tia te rani e tēnei, tia te papa e kako ponai, kāna mo te pōkaro I reo. I tatu kona ngā mihi kakwe te tāne, e tuku tō mai rangi ki te wāhi ngaro I te mea. Ai, ko tāmai tuku ra kaupapa Māori o tūtū parakehi, Ki te kōrero I tāna kaupapa. He kura reo Māori, he kura taiao, he kura o te aho matua, he kura e hāpai ana I ngā whānau kia tūrangatira, I roto I tēnei whanga. This is my first time being part of this experience, so hopefully I'm on the right track there. So we have put this application to the Kauri Hera because we think that we're onto something, and it's about a taiao hub. So taiao meaning the natural environment. We do a lot of things in our environment, not just for fun, but to sustaining look after our taiao, our environment. So part of that is fishing, diving, gardening. Our tamariki will tell you that we spend time in the garden in the summer. So we're aligned with the Maramataka Māori, the Māori lunar calendar, which means that summer is the time that we work. So these tamariki will only have 3 weeks off during summer, and they're back at Kura on the 5th of Jan. And our intention is to plant more trees, is to build a nursery, and to develop what we're already doing, really. Our tamariki are very experienced, and they're in a position that a lot of their parents aren't in. And so what we're trying to do is build. So as well as having our tamariki who are confident in basically fending for themselves, we want their mātua, their parents, their extended whānau to also be involved. So we're lucky we get to go, we do a lot of meetings. I won't tell you where. And so that we have people that we call in our community to teach us what to look for. How do you know that there's malafia? And what are the signs? What are the do's and the don'ts around meetings, particularly. And then the second part is we bring it back to kura. They could all know how to gut fish. They know how to smoke it. And then the last step is to share it around. Yeah, so we're not making any money out of this kaupapa. It's about teaching our tamariki that not all food comes from FNDC. And we want to our whānau, look after our taiao, our environment, and these tamariki learn best in the environment. So they're doing maths, science, all the subjects through doing physical experiences in the environment. So yeah, so the puta will cover things like more nets, more food casting rods. We want to get a greenhouse so that our garden can survive in the Hiku winds. And we want to create a hub where it's tamariki led, but it's free for the whole community. So Manu country, we have space already for this. We've got everything, we just need practical because the funding cuts in school mean that there's nothing extra to make this happen. So yeah, that's pretty much the main kaupapa is looking after our taiao, teaching our tamariki to be strong and that they don't need to go anywhere else. There's the university up here, up in our environment. Yeah. That's it, really.
Thank you. The floor will be open for questions.
I'm just,
Sorry.
yeah, through the chair. Hi, I'm Adele Gardner. Thank you for coming today. I'm pretty robust with you. Goodness gracious. It's lovely to see you all. I'm just looking at your application here. I was just sort of wondering if you've done any other funding towards this project. Like, have you gone to any other funders or have you done some funding yourselves towards this project?
Yes. We do a lot of fundraising, raffles, things like that. We have applied to other groups, but we haven't heard back because they're not really for schools, for the communities. Yeah, we're waiting back to hear from one, but not sure.
Okay, the only other question that I have at this point in time is the financials that were sent in to us with this application. It's from the auditor, the BDO auditor, it's 4 years old.
Yeah.
So there's no up-to-date information.
Our audit, it's the last published audit we have. Yeah, it's the undoubtedly.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Mike?
Through the chair, no koe te whāne, atu I tēnei kaupapara na tira mo te hapunu katoa. I'm just thinking some of the numbers there, it's relatively, I think you could scope that out bigger. It'll affect more people. It says visitors audience, that could have been bigger. Yeah, because it will. I know about tamariki, they come in, we may want to contribute to, so you could have looked, boosted up that number. Good.
Any further questions? Just my apologies, by the way. I should have just informed you that decisions will be made after at the end of the meeting today, and for everyone else too. Once you've done your presentation, you're more than welcome to leave instead of staying here all day listening to us. Okay, thank you.
Tonight.
Have a great day, guys.
No, just not the emergency one, the other one. Yeah.
That's where all up.
You can leave it open. Yeah. Leave it.
This
is going to be other.
Before we continue, can we just ask everyone to speak up? Because people are complaining that the sound is, they can't hear.
Yeah, cool. And it would pay for the speakers just to bring your chair forward and just come to the end of the table. Okay, we'll go back to our list and Paratakiwai Tui.
Ka hori tui
Lisa.
Tēnā tātou, ngā mihi kia koutou, ngā mimo o te pōari nei, kia koe mai ke whakapuari te hui nei, me te mihi kua mihia, ngā mihi atu kia koe, mea koutou katoa. Yes, Tui, tapping in for Tui Gal Gal, Lisa McNabb's my name. I've been a part of the Ahipara Takiwā since 2018. Over this time, I think we may have come to the community board before to support the kaupapa, one of many kaupapa that the Ahipara Takiwā manage, lead, direct, support at Ahipara. For your information, if it's not already written, sorry, the Takiwā is representative of the three marae at Ahipara, Kraukore, Roma marae and Wainui marae. Our application has been for support, financial support to the mahi that we have been doing for the past that long. Many years, and that mahi is to provide education to whānau that are away from here, education around staying off the dunes, keep your bites off the dunes, to treat the beach with respect, to provide education to freedom campers, to take their shite, and I mean literally, because we've been cleaning up. Like I say, I could provide you with hundreds of photos where toilet paper, rubbish, beer bottles, toilet paper, cans of TKO that are left in places from Te Kohanga right round to Tanutanu and beyond. So we do that. We also have been working with NRC around monitoring sea spurge and all that needs to happen. We've been part of from the Wairoa up through to right up north, actually, supporting the other iwi around sea spurge, digging it up and, carefully and safely. We do a whole lot of education around the speed limits now on the beach. We were very much part of the kaupapa of getting the signs up from Whāro all the way up to, and working with the TLA. So that used to be with FNDC. TLA, the transport part of FNDC. So we do lots of different things. We're part of the wastewater treatment plant out there at Ahipara with FNDC. So again, supporting, as our tamariki have just been sharing with you, the taiao and the clean-up of the awa, Wairoa and the Wairui and the Tinaire. So we do lots of stuff. We do lots of stuff, and we're reliant on places like the community board to support in terms of resourcing for the whānau who we engage with and employ over the summer period. So we're on deck at long weekends. We're on deck from, what does meaning on deck mean? We're out the beach patrolling, picking up rubbish, both left by yourselves instead of your footprints only. I'm just presuming you are just leaving your footprints only. But a lot of the rubbish that comes off the boats and things. So this year we'll be starting Boxing Day. We'll be out there. Our teams of two on a vehicle, and we have a side-by-side as well. And we are monitoring, picking up rubbish, educating, supporting people, directing them to the camping ground at Te Kohanga and Ahipara and Ngāpai. So lots of things that we get up to, always done on smell of an oily rag, or the places that we may go to for a bigger bit of funding that may support the sea spurge. We may take, whatever's surplus, which ain't much, we put towards kaupapa that we're doing somewhere else in terms of the takiwa. Amen.
Are there any questions?
Yes, through the board, through the chair, sorry, beg your pardon. I remember starting off the original group. I was on the committee when Roger Sloan started it about 10 or 11 years ago at Ahipara, and they had a bit of a coastal patrol, and the board actually saw the value in what they were doing, with speeding on the beach, and they were, just educating the people around that area of the beach. And so it's kind of grown, and so I went to they were called Rangers there for a little while, and the DOF people were supporting, giving some funding for not only that group, the group at Ahipara, but the group at Karikari Peninsula as well. Yeah, Poppy Yates was part of all that. Yeah. And so it's sort of grown from there. So it's coastal patrol and other things, environmental stuff is now coming into that particular group. Is that what I'm hearing? Not from me, you're not hearing that. Coastal Patrol is a separate entity. The Takiwa amalgamated with the Takutai Lawpu that was in place. I don't know Roger Sloan. I know Roger. No, I've never known him. He started it way in this environment. I know Pato Tepanea and Laurie Austin. They were very much, and Ronald Benson. They were very much of the Takutai Lawpu that happened, but they were doing great work. They started the Rahui round Otia, around there, and for whatever reasons they
we amalgamated because at that time we had more people. We don't have a committee. We don't take minutes. We do the mahi. We meet, absolutely we meet, and absolutely, decisions are supported by the three marae chairs, to get stuff through and whatever. So I don't.
No, that was all part of it. So who you're talking about are the people that you've amalgamated with.
Yeah, the taputai.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Any
Yeah,
further
you're
questions?
right. Sorry, the chair. But you're right. It was Doc used to maybe in 2021.
Oh, yeah, it was a wee while ago now.
Yeah, they because of the work we were all doing, the same mahi, and because they didn't have, doc people work from 9 till 5. Sorry, all you doc people in the room. But we as a whānau are out there playing, educating, supporting what's happening.
Any further questions?
Through the chair, kia ora Lisa. Just looking at quotes, are you guys endeavouring to get more staffing? Because at the current moment you've got your application says you've got 4,
Yep.
and then you've applied for 20.
Yeah.
Is that because you're going to increase in staff?
Absolutely. We've got a core group that Mike hasn't been a part of yet. He did declare as a conflict earlier, so it's all right to say that. No, we're always looking for whānau. We go out either, depends when the tide is. We only do one tide. We don't do, so whoever's put their hand up to be one of the monitors, be one, and do a shift in that. We'll only do the one tide, and it's, we just figure it out what's the best. So we're always looking, we always do, as the period comes round, increase our numbers of whānau that are out there.
Thank you, Chair.
Further questions? Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Look
your
forward
time.
to a positive response to our application.
You will hear
no
from us.
cuts to the noughts that might be on the bottom line. Thank you for your time.
Have we got representatives from Bald Angels? Right. Hi.
Hang on, Natasha just needs to turn the sound on again. There we go.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou. Thank you for having us here. Can you hear us all right?
Again.
Okay. Ko te reis Tukawingawa from Na'ana Hira Pakara, Bald Angels Charitable Trust. This is Kelly, who is our angel in the office. And we have applied for $5,000 to help us support whānau across Te Tautokoro, including your area, Te Hiku, with our annual Angels Christmas project. We have around, Arahimai, we have a typo in our application in the number of volunteers. It says 1,500. That's a little exaggerated. It's about 150. So sorry about that, guys. So we do this every year. We have a lot of volunteer support to make this happen. We pack about 1,200 kai boxes, and that goes to about 400 whānau. It's split pretty evenly between Te Hiku, Bay of Islands, Whangaroa, and Kaikoui, Hokianga. We have currently 118 whānau registered in your wāhi, with 9 partner agencies who include Whānau Tui, Whare Timatanga Hauora, Whakawhiti Oropai and Te Kao, Te Whare Medial Rotohau, Te Rarara, Te Hiku Hauora, Hospice Whānau and Te Kahu. So I'm assuming that the split is going to be pretty much the same as it is every year, and a third for each of the regions. Listening to the other speakers who have just been on, I just want to acknowledge them and also to disclose to you all that we've actually done really well with our public fundraising. We had our big Shave for Kids event in the weekend, and so far we're doing very well with our fundraising. And so I feel like I just want to put it out there that we are probably going to, even if we don't meet our target, we get close to it. We would love your support. We would really, really appreciate anything we can get. However, we acknowledge that we're doing a lot of work fundraising ourselves, and it's actually going better than we thought it was going to, a lot better than we thought it was going to this year. So just want to leave that with you too. What do our Kai boxes do and gifts at Christmas? It is not a handout. It is, we hope, a hand up. We partner 22 agencies across the Rohi for this project, and those agencies are the ones I've listed in your area. So they work with the whānau, they identify the whānau, we don't. So they deliver the kai and the gifts to whānau, which means that they can strengthen their connections, they can wrap around the support that they are resourced to provide and trained to give well. And that is really the key part, we believe, in what we, in our mahi, how we work, is that we connect with the people who connect with the people. So we're a bit like the spider in the web. So we're encouraging our community to support those less privileged. We recognise our privilege. We work with the kaimahi who work with the people who need the support. So we know from the stories that have been shared to us that this makes an impact. We have anecdotal stories from police, for example, saying that when they turn up to a home with kai or gifts, it gives them an opportunity to connect and potentially prevent some harm. Plunket, we've had some amazing stories from Plunket where they turn up at a home they've not been able to get into. It gives them an opportunity to put eyes on and see what the well-being of both tamariki and the wider whānau, what their needs are. And one lovely story where a child at a Plunket visit opened a gift and it was a book, and immediately that child, who was about 7 or 8 years old, picked up a toddler and started reading to them. And, you know, that's so special. So it's way more than just handouts. I'm not quite sure what else you need to know. So maybe if you want to ask some questions.
We'll open up for questions. Open for questions.
Yeah, just through the chair. Yeah, thank you very much for coming online and talking to us. Can I just clarity, how are the kids chosen for the packages again?
The partner agencies that we work with, they are already working with these whānau. So that what we do is we estimate, well, we've done 405 whānau for the last few years. So we stayed at that figure this year, hoping we'd be able to raise enough funds to do that. And then what we do is that we allocate a number of whānau to each of those partners. So, for example, I can give you actual numbers. Whare Tamatanga Haora have identified 20 whānau this time. Bar North Weep have identified 16. Whakawhiti Orapai, actually from Te Kao, identified 59 whānau, and we said, I'm sorry, we can't do that. But we have 18 registered whānau now from Whakawhiti Orapai. We'd love to be able to do all 59, and if we get more funding, maybe we can do that. Te Whare Miri o Rorohau, Uraho, 10 whānau, Te Runanga, Te Rarara, 18 whānau, Te Hiku Hauora, 7, Hospice whānau 5, and Ngāti Kahu 18. So that's how the children, the tamariki, are identified, is through those agencies who are already working with them.
Through the chair, potential conflict again. Potential conflict again for myself and Crystal Rose. We're one of the partner agencies.
Oh, okay.
Te Rarawa Ngāti Kahu.
You should be fine.
And every year when they come in our office this time of year, I always give them a beautiful me acknowledgement for the amazing work you guys do. Kia ora.
Thank you.
Yeah, just through the chair, thank you for coming on, and you do an amazing job around this time of the year. So I'm just looking at the other funding. So did you manage to get your funding from Pub Charity?
I'm going to hand over to Kelly. She's looking after the funding side.
Yes, we did. We applied to Pub Charity for 20,000, and quite amazingly, we got awarded 20,000. Yeah, which is amazing. Yeah, as you know, when you apply, you never quite know what's going to come through.
That's right.
Yeah, so we have got that from Pub Charity.
It says fundraising events 20. So obviously, there's been some other fundraising that you've got received as well through that.
Yeah, like I say, we have done this head shave event just last weekend, and we've raised 32,000 so far.
Oh wow!
Yes, so this is we've been surprised and grateful for the community support. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Oh, well, thank you so much, and carry on the good work.
Kia ora. Kia ora.
Thank you, ladies. You'll hear from us after the meeting.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, thank you.
Sorry, moving on. Next speaker is the Life Education Trust. Manganui Cruising Club.
No, that one's been pulled with funding from us.
Thank you, you did tell me. Yeah.
Oh, no, from the Dartmouth Bay one.
No, Manganui Cruising.
It's been pulled.
That's all.
Oh,
That's all right. Have we got Naomi?
Yeah. Okay, so Mike said to me, tell you what if you're nervous, because I'm nervous, but I've never done this before. I've never done a funding application. I've never stood in front of a board, so bear with me. Firstly, congratulations to the chair and the new board members for being elected in and getting us in this space today to talk about. I reckon it's a pretty exciting event. It's called Christmas in the Sky. I've got some flyers that you can have a look at. That's on, we are posting. What you'll notice here is that the parade is on there, the Christmas parade. Unfortunately, I just heard this week that they can't do the parade. Thank you.
they can't do the what?
They can't hold the Christmas parade this year. That's beyond my control. So we are giving you flyers for that. So firstly, I'll tell you a little bit about how it came about. Last year we held the community guidewalk night at the showgrounds. We expected around 1,200 to 1,500 people. It was incredibly successful, and there was over 5,000 that attended. We had local businesses like the Kai Carts turn up. We also put out challenge to sports teams or schools to hold their own fundraising stalls at the event as well. So it was really community focused. It's a free event pretty much. It says gold coin donation. So the idea behind the whole event is every single member of every single family can attend. It's not financially discriminative of people's situation, and that's really important for me because it means that we can bring an event to our community that all the big cities hold, like the Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, the big, huge fireworks, the big events. But the thing that we do differently is allow everyone to come. Not everyone can afford those events down the line. So we've managed to come up with a model that allows that to happen. And when you make it free, it means that no one's trying to break in. There's no, everyone wants to be there and everyone's happy to be there. They can bring their own refreshments, they can bring their own kai. There's no pressure to spend anything except just turn up and enjoy everyone. It is tamariki focused, so there's lots of children's events. I don't know if anyone attended last year, but it was super busy. There weren't any incidents that I know of. We had a couple of really good critical comments about it. One of them was the parking and the other one was the entertainment. So when the entertainment is on, unfortunately we had the trucks as a stage, but when we had the dance groups, they were down on the ground, and we're talking about 5,000 people, they can't see them on the ground, and the sound system wasn't that great either. So that's really our guts of the funding. The reason that we're here today is that we only just recently learned, like 2 weeks ago, that our main sponsor from last year is not in a position to fund it as much as they could last year. Last year, they pretty much picked up the whole tab. This year, they generously still said they can do the guidebooks, like pay for the actual displays. That's $11,500, so that's still a huge amount for us. But there's other things that still need to come into play, like the bouncy castles, all that stuff for the kids, the stage and a proper sound system. So that's the reason that we're a little bit late in the application. But we have applied to, we went to apply for the grassroots fundings as well, but we missed the deadline just because of the time frame that we were told things weren't going to happen the way we thought, which is fine. We have got the Business Association, they've given us $500, and with the gold coin donation, so the vision for the gold coin donation is that if I come in, and if Mike and I come in with a gold coin each, that's fine. But if Mike and I come in and we've got our 10 kids behind us and we've got one gold coin, that's fine too. And I come in because that's what it's about. And I think that our community deserves that. With the parade not on now, this is literally up from Christmas in the Park event that's coming up. But this will be the biggest event for Kaitaia around Christmas. So not only does it support our whānau and leading into Christmas, but it also supports our local businesses. You can imagine the amount of people that are going to be around and the foot traffic that will come through our town. The other thing that I think is really cool that we're improving on from last year is that we've got the buy-in from Tresevich buses. They're going to put on a bus for free and have pick-up points around town to drop them here. And what it does is manage the traffic out. And so we have tried to mitigate everything that we've heard about last year and tried to address that however we can. So, yeah. We also have, I think, really good hui with Harry, I don't know his last name, apologies, but he runs Collards, Epos and Muscle Rock, and he has indicated that all three businesses will also support this event. Along with that, we've also got local businesses gifting. So we do ask for help, and it's not always money that we need. Sometimes we need volunteers. We've got Northern Waste giving us our bins. We've got Seedwet helping us with, recycling and things like that. So we are doing a bit of balance with it, I think. And I'm going to finish right there. Thank you. But that's all I've got. Yeah.
Thank you, Naomi. Any questions here? Stay there. Any questions through the chair?
Yeah. I have a question. Sorry, when you're free.
Rachel.
Rachel. Yes, I just wanted to say that I attended that event last year, and I just wanted to say it was very well done, and very surprising at how many people attended. Yet you didn't seem to be overwhelmed. So just wanted to say well done on that. And all the feedback that's been given, that would be feedback that I would also share. And yeah, I think you did an incredible job. And it was lovely to see every person from every walk of life attending that. And money was not a barrier. So I think because if the Christmas parade's not going to be on, this will be some of those families' really only chance to attend, you know, to provide that awesome Christmas feels for their kids. So, yeah, happy to support in any way.
Thank you, Rachel. Much appreciated. Further questions?
The only other thing that I couldn't find, and sorry, through the chair, I know, you know me, was so you said that you needed the sound system, and there's no invoice in here.
Yeah, so when it comes to the financials on the application, unfortunately, because of the time frame I had to put it together, we're still in negotiations with securing our sound system guy. I do have an invoice here for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
if you could share it with us, it would be great, please.
So
because you really do need a proper sound system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. With the stage is indicated at 8,500 plus GST at the moment. We are still negotiating with him, which is why I don't see our invoice. So I see in the book we had requested 15,000, and I see there's a recommendation of 4.5. But as you can see, even if we do the 15,000, you're really, and we're looking at about 5,000 people, it's about $3 a person. So I think that's a really important thing to consider. You know, yeah.
I think the sound is important.
With the sound system, is it the same system used last year?
No. So we had a DJ last year and just used his sound system. We literally did not think it was going to be so big. Right. So now that we know what we're working with, it is really important, I think, to escalate the stage and sound for everyone to be able to hear.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does good sound stuff. So
he's brilliant. He does a lot of it. Yeah. That career Komatsu I bought back in 8. Yeah.
Is that Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're really trying hard to keep all of its costs local as well, local supplies as much as we can, because it is about our community. Yeah.
No further questions?
Can we have a copy of that?
You can have this. Yep, yeah, I'll keep that.
Oh, okay. That'd be really good.
No further questions. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Christmas tree. Our last one, Douglas Bay Business Association. Danielle, how are you?
Not bad. Right, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to enter on our application today. Basically, imagine Whanganui buzzing with 5,000 people along the front as it has over the last 10 years. This year didn't happen due to the previous event coordinator. Just didn't have time for it. So the services, families, visitors and locals all celebrating what makes Douglas Bay special. That's why that's what the Whanganui is. So let me introduce myself. I'm Danielle Moore. I own Whanganui Whāiti in Whanganui Kota. I operate that on a daily basis. And I'm secretary now of the Douglas Bay Business Association, been with the association for the last 2 years. I've managed major events before, Douglas Bay Fishing Contest Auction. We took over that prior COVID for 6 years. Delivered 100,000 back into the community and funds raised. Also, I organise the ITM Trade Fishing Conference, so nationwide, encompasses all our affiliates around the region. So the joy of me organising that, so I keep it up here and bring these great people up and just bring the money up here. So that's really good. When the previous organiser couldn't continue, I stepped up. So it's been on the association, just seeing the demand and the request for it to happen again. and just talking to local businesses. They're really, really missing it. It's quite key, so at the end of the summer line, if you like, and a key event that actually brings quite a lot to them, key into the event. So we've got a dedicated volunteer committee, which is a subcommittee of the Darts Bay Business Association, to make this event successful. So the festival does several things. It showcases the local products and talent, promotes our region, best tourism and hospitality, and gives back to the community. At present, we've earmarked St John's and Fire Brigade as any fundraiser activity. But on a side note, from our team hat, is we do a lot with farmhouse need as well, and we're currently talking to them, might put a portion of funds there as well, to see if they can go back into the area. We already do stuff up in Bottom, so we're going to adapt the region as well. So we're also committed to sustainability. This year we're partnering with Eco Solutions Community Camp Zero Waste and introducing a game reusable cup system to reduce single-use plastic. This is not just not entertainment, it really does drive economic growth, promotes sustainability and strengthens community connection. With your support, it can make us a flagship event for Darts Bay and it reflects pride and values of our community. Thank you. We're welcome to questions. We'll be back when we can make this happen.
Open for questions.
Just through the chair, I see a big value in this particular event because it really is good for our economy. These sort of festivals, they bring good money into this.
We focus the stalls on the festival as well. So we try and get 80 to 100 stalls that participate. But the focus is foremost is from up there, and to make sure they all get their first done, basically.
Apart from the basic problems you got, what areas concern you the most? Traffic control, etc., etc.
Traffic control. I think with the women's events we're going for our community.
Yeah.
So we've got, this my first year of running it. We've got all the systems and everything in place to run that. So we're very happy with that.
Just reproduce it.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
So it's a shuttles.
Yeah, we've got all the shuttles, got everything booked in. Trying to get sort of encourage more use of that rather than driving.
That's right. It gets full real quick.
Yeah, we're going to be sticking to the $10 entry for adults. We love to make it free, but we've got to pay for bands. We've been so much paper with stages. All the licensing that we've got to pay for as well. So we've got to have a charge on that, but we also have to have a little bit of a surplus to give up the next year's event as well. So you'll see in the pages we've got about $12,000 that we can actually stick into this year's event to kick off the season.
So what is your engagement time with council in terms of licensing, etc., etc.?
We've already got the licence for it.
Well done.
So we're well ahead of that. Unfortunately, we've got to pick up with that in terms of Darts Bay Business Association can't hold the licence now. So my hat
alternative.
Just a family affair. You had to hold the licence for the event.
Okay. So
a bit of a risk for our business, but we have no choice, unfortunately. So we'll get into that with the council and try and get
that's covered. No.
But we've got the licence in hand, so that's all that matters right now.
Well,
and then yes, we're starting just down the road closure, which has already been submitted. Just to finish up all the other applications with them.
Another question.
Sorry, I know I'm asking for a lot of money as well, but I've got no grants have come through yet. So I've just been told Pub Charity apparently will be lucky if we get anything out of them because the pub is not cancer good anymore.
Okay.
So we're going to have to try Trillium as well, which is associated to Type R Tavern, but I haven't engaged with them yet. And Oxford Trust, I had a meeting with them yesterday.
Just one more question. Because of the location, i.e. the waterfront, etc., your guys' committee covers all the safety aspects of that then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've got all the plans to do us.
No further questions? Thank you very much. Thank you.
No worries.
Morning, Rachel.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Thanks very much.
Hi, Rachel. Good to see you. Yes. Yes, just yeah. Did you want a quick break? Have a coffee before we carry on to the rest of the agenda? I'll take that as a yes. There you go. We've got a few minutes.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. On to our agenda. Number 6, page 8, confirmation of previous minutes.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Adele. Second. Thank you for all coming in earlier this morning for some of the new ones, just to catch up and revise some of the stuff we needed to know beforehand. Appreciate it. Have we got everyone okay? Another mover to accept as an accurate account of the minutes, previous meeting.
We've done that.
Adele?
We've done.
Oh, sorry.
We're just all in favour.
All in favour. Yeah, sorry. Aye. Keep me honest. Moving on to 7.1 reports. Hiku Community Street Board Strategic Plan. Sorry. Yes. I'll have a mover, thank you.
Yeah, I'll move.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Adele. Just through the chair, I think we're going to leave this tonight on the table because there's some changes already and we need to workshop this before we can actually adopt.
Okay.
Through the chair, we're going to pass the resolutions. You're going to be on 16 December for that item.
Thank you. Is that done by myself? Or?
Well, we'll have to do a resolution at meeting.
Yeah.
Can we?
Do you want to do it now or at the end of the meeting?
Good.
I'll just put it up on the screen.
Just for some of the new members, we got our strategic plan copy in front of you, but there was some other things that were already done, so we really need to update that and revisit it.
We're looking to have a workshop on the 15th and then a meeting on 16th.
When you say, sorry, workshop, will that be here? 15, sorry, will that be here?
It's up to the board if you want to do that on Teams or if you want to be in person. I think you agree.
I would like it person. It just makes a lot more sense when we can.
I think it's really important that we do it in person because it's our strategic plan.
Yeah.
So
get it right.
I mean, we need to get it right, and I know it's all good doing online, but it's better us face to face to well.
Sorry, Adele.
So how will that be worked? Because if we're going to be adopting the strategic plan on the next day, that's going to be quite impossible for it to be in any agenda for anyone, for governance sake. And also, it's going to be a bit hard.
Can I come back to the table? Get some options.
Could come back to our table in February.
Yeah, that's right. At least we can work on it this year and adopt it in February.
Or March. There's no great time. So,
if possible, I'd like to get it done in February. When does our normal meeting schedule start? Usually February, yeah?
Well, governance.
Yeah.
Oh, got to end up, sorry.
Aisha.
Kia ora. While there's no real urgency in adopting a strategic plan, Bev will need to have a reasonable idea around what your key projects are, ready to incorporate into Council's long-term plan process. And most of that work will happen before the Christmas break. So as long as you're giving her a reasonable amount of direction as part of your strategic plan workshop, she should be able to formulate that, and we could get adoption of your strategic plan in February or March. Community boards can meet in January, February or March. It's up to you guys when you want to convene those first round of meetings. Just mindful that the majority of staff are encouraged to take longer durations of leave through January. So we just want it to be late January or if not February, so that we can get reports created and put through to an agenda.
That's a good February. Yeah. Our last year, our first meeting was February the 18th.
Yeah, just one thing on here, public toilets. Did we add the public toilets down at warehouse in the strategic plan?
Yes, we did. Okay, it's not on the thing.
Oh,
It's not there, Rachel. Okay.
Well, at least, I mean, I had to
Work lease was, yeah, that came in here, but the new one has.
we're going to get that to them.
Yeah, it'll be, I suppose it'll be good to get some wins under our belt as a new board coming through. With the popularity of how the elections went, just to give something back to our people, I suppose we have to see what we can achieve as a collective.
Any further discussion on that? So our plan is, Bev, can you just, so we're on the same page?
do we need a meeting then on the
I
16th?
would like a meeting still.
And through the chair, you do have one funding application that came in late that would be going to that meeting.
Oh, okay. So I did discuss with Aisha earlier before you came, Mike, about our appointments to like cemetery committees, hall committees, that sort of thing. It would be really good to have that list at our December meeting so that we're all clear for our appointments.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I've put on screen your recommendation that the Hiku Community Board accepts an additional meeting on December 16th at 10 a.m. meeting to be held at Conference Room Te Ahu.
Yeah. Oh,
Will you workshop this on that day?
It's a meeting that we're probably going to talk about the schedule of meetings and that's strategic.
But we were going to workshop it on the 15th, though, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'll look at our calendars to see.
And adopt it in February.
Yeah.
But does that give us ample time? Happy with that?
At least we can come in at 9 o'clock on the same day, save everybody coming in 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
But is an hour going to be enough?
We could come at 8:30.
Yeah, okay. Or how long do you think? How long do you- Yeah.
8:30 when the doors open. Sure.
Denise.
The whole day's free.
Whole day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know, it's just a thought that
Yeah, no,
it
makes sense.
be in 2 days.
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Because, these people have got to travel,
We could even push the meeting back if you wanted to, instead of starting at 10.
We can start at 11.
Because it'll be likely to be a slightly shorter meeting.
Yes, okay, yeah.
The workshop.
Yeah.
So we'll start meeting at
We can
11 and
move
you
it
guys
to
can come in at 9.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
if you finish early,
8:39.
we can start.
That's
We
right.
could move it to 11 o'clock and the public meeting and then, have 2 hours
I'll
on it.
just change it to 11.
Is that all right with you, Bev? Can you get here by then?
Can I have someone move that?
Yeah, I'll move.
Second. Yep. Right. And
So this will be left to lie on the table at this meeting, the strategic plan.
yes.
Because that's where we were at before we got off trail.
Okay.
So,
Adele.
sorry, just to clarify, so we were on the strategic plan, so we're leaving that to lie on the table. So we need
Just putting it in.
done all that. And then you did the resolution around the meeting.
And the strategic plan is just going to be a note.
And prior to this, we will get an updated version of the current version. Thank you.
It's also in Teams chat as well. But we can't copy it all out.
Yeah, sorry. With me. 7.2, page 16, funding reports. Can I move that, please? Someone move that.
I can move it.
Second. Crystal, thank you.
Through the chair, can I just ask Catherine, are we right for date looking around?
There are a few that I am chasing up on.
Okay,
Yeah.
How many do you think you're chasing up?
About 6 or 7 that are overdue, and then there's ones that are coming due shortly.
Thank you.
What's been our record over this time in terms of reporting? We're getting them back on the due on time? No.
No.
It is getting better now that as of December last year, we switched to online grant applications only. And when that's set up, they actually get a reminder when the report is due. I send it to them a month beforehand. So it is much, much better now than it has been.
Oh.
The black button.
Yeah.
Sorry, we set off the alarm more than once.
We've done that. Exactly. So, okay, moving on, 7.3, page 34. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting that. All in favour? Aye. Thank you. Moving on, page 34, 7.3, funding applications. Working through them.
The chair, Bill.
Yeah.
You know, with the reporting and just from the thing that I've applied, well, our clubs and stuff have applied for funding too. Do you think it would be a good idea that when we ring them or when they're going through that process that we have a few more touch points on reporting? Like you realise that you've got this funding, but there will be a report that needs to come back with an X amount of it. Because, you know, having been through the funding process, being reminded often that there is a report due and it's due on this date, and just, you know, a few more touch points around that. Would that be a good idea? Because I feel like
it would be a great idea if it wasn't just me.
Yes.
When I'm dealing with about 30,
us as a
I'm dealing with about 30 applications a month.
Yeah.
On average.
Yeah.
So it can be quite challenging to keep contact with everyone. I do try and send out reminder emails. We do try and send them out through the system as well. But if you're talking to people and going, hey, we know we gave you funding, have you done the report?
Well, now that you've
I am funding awesome with that one. Yeah.
Now you've had your funding approved. Just be aware you will need to do
They are told that.
Yeah.
It's like when, and they actually.
I would like to, you know, like remind. It would be great to remind that too.
So when. I don't think you were the one that got the email for it. So they get sent an email going, this is all of it. When you do your report, this is everything you have to tell us. They also sign a letter of offer that reiterates that. And when we send out the purchase order number, so there's at least 3 points where they're told you're going to have to report on this. Then it's just me chasing when I get. And
we just think it's right as a board when people are applying.
I agree.
Or we are saying, you know, and just remember, because it would only be a little sentence.
Yeah.
You will have to do a report and it will have to be done in a time just to keep them.
Yeah, when we send
to help you.
Yeah, when we send in the letter of offer. So it's in the letter of offer. Yeah. It's also in the email saying, hey, here's the logo of the board so that you can acknowledge them and then tell us how you did it in the report you do, and also in the follow-up email they get the purchase order number. Yeah. But there's absolutely more.
just trying to think of what we could do.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you're talking to people, that's awesome. It's like you can sort of do things like, hey, that's really cool. You can put that in the report.
Yeah. That will be in on time. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Moving on to 8.1, Te Hiku Community Board August 2025 open business.
Hold on.
Just funding
Applications. Haven't done
Oh,
that yet.
wait, sorry. Funding applications.
So the first one,
Yes, wait.
which is the Far North Community Food Bank, is that $3.89?
How do we return it to you? And I went, I'm just going to do a resolution just to clear that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
It's more effort than it's worth.
So I'll move it. Who's going to second?
Yeah, I'll sit too.
Thank you.
All in favour?
All in favour?
Look, it just tidies everyone up so audit doesn't get upset.
I understand, Adele, it's knee-jerk reaction for you. Te Rāua, second.
So you actually have to state the resolution.
I have to thank you that Te Hiku Community Board approved the sum of 7,500 plus just, if applicable, be paid to the board's committee fund account to Te Urunanga o Te Rāua as umbrella organisation for the Aipara Takiwai for cost towards the Oniroa Tohi Kaitiaki, and I can't see, patrol program. Thank you.
Do you want me to read this?
Yes, please. That makes sense. Move up, please.
Good all. I'm Trevor here. I'm happy to move it if I'm allowed to.
Good to hear from you, Trevor.
Oh.
He's home. Or is he?
He's still in China.
He is allowed to?
Yes.
Thank you. There you go. Have a seconder?
Yeah, I'll second it.
I would like to recommend a lower amount. I'll say $5,000. I'll move that. Do I have a seconder, please?
Did we, sorry, through the chair, we do funding for them
last year?
Yes, we did. Yeah, right at the tail end.
Was that the signage?
That was more for the patrol itself, the cost of the vehicle.
Right.
Well, that's just
So this
petrol.
This is signage.
They did try to put it in for salaries as well, and they went, we can't do salaries.
There's actually a salaries one in there, eh?
There is, but that's not what they've come back and said.
Oh, okay.
They'll actually use it for signage if that's what the board grants.
So we've got to be very mindful because we've only got a certain amount of money to last us to the 30th of June.
Yeah.
So we've really got to be very mindful of ratepayers' money as well. And
Is there any further discussion? We've got Adele's moved.
Just what's your reasoning behind lowering it to 5, Adele? Just because of that reason, or that we've got?
Well, also we've got a lot of other applications to go through as well. Is this going to be a good spend on ratepayers' money? This is what you've actually got to look at. So I see the good reasoning as far as the coastal patrol goes. Our board has supported the coastal patrol. Well, when I say coastal patrol, patrolling of the beach when there's tourists around over the summer. I see it really because it covers everybody. So I see the value in that and educating people. But it's been going on for a wee while now, So, but there's always new people coming into the area. So they need to be educated as well.
Yeah, I just like those the signage and that I see a really great benefit in all that signage that they're going to put up as well.
Yeah, but yeah. Have they done any other funding? Have they gone out for any other funding? This is one of the, yeah. Have they approached NRC? Have they approached DOC? Have they approached all the different?
We're also able to propose them now too. If you wanted to.
Yeah, thank you. Is there any more discussion on that one?
Yeah, I'll probably just add in. I'm aware of the work they do in between summer seasons, so it's not just in the summer that they're operating. They, as the Takiwa group, they are on the beach all the time, and I don't think we fund them for the period between sort of autumn, winter, and spring. But they're down the beach picking up trailer loads of rubbish. People are dumping down the beach and taking that kaitiaki space really seriously. And so I think that it might seem a lot for the $2,000 difference that they're asking for and at Dow's proposed, but we get so much value out of that group and what they're doing on the beach all year, not just in the summer season. I think we can reflect that in their funding application.
Yeah, but Trevor, we don't pay wages.
Yeah, I understand that. I guess what I'm saying is we get a lot of volunteer hours out of the people that are there, and I know it's the Saturdays and Sundays that I see them down the beach loading up rubbish and taking it away. That it's more that side of things that needs to be recognised too, I think, in the approval.
We asked Catherine what of that application could we fund?
So in your supporting information, she sent through additional quotes, and that has signage at 3,277 plus stickers at another 971 plus they did have some shirts and stuff in there, which was 2,500, which was like
for 20. Yeah, that's why I question that. Yeah.
But did you
I
take?
heard the reasoning around that.
Yeah, well, they're getting more stuff.
They get more volunteers that jump on during the summer period, so I'd totally with that.
Catherine, when you made your decisions and your recommendation, did you take into account any of those?
Yeah, and they actually asked for 10,000.
Yeah, I understand that.
So I sort of went down a bit. I looked at what you had left as a board, because you still have 84,000 left, and it sort of fit within what you granted in the past. I did say to Tui we can't grant funding for salaries, which is why she came back with the additional quotes. So
what is, just a quick question, and what does shirts, stickers and signage come to, and why don't we cover, my recommendation is that we cover that then.
You're setting that up.
Oh, okay.
So we just don't want to
That's why I need to do all of that.
Okay, well,
so that's exactly
okay.
it would be 6,748 based on the quotes they provided.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more, because
Well, the uniforms, they've got 2,500.
Yeah, if we wanted to do the hats and the shorts and the polos and the tees.
Yeah.
It came to what, sorry?
6,748.
6,7.
And 4,248 if we just did the signs and the stickers.
Well, I propose that we cover the signage, uniform and stickers.
So do you support Adele and her request to change it to $5,000? Because at the moment she's looking for someone to second that.
That's okay.
Oh, Rachel.
Rachel has? Okay.
Yep.
So then as a board you can vote to support that one, and then that becomes a system.
But if he's saying the 6, 7,
Yeah,
8,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
That does signs, stickers and tees and things.
So are you putting
Well, I move that we cover the the stickers, signs, and uniforms,
which comes to
67.
So you need to vote on the Downs
okay.
first, and then Trevor can put, Eddie can put this one.
Moving on Adele's amendment. Did you have a second? Yes, you did.
Yes.
We vote, all those in favour for 5,000. We have aye, thank you.
Lost.
Yeah. We have another recommendation for Eddie, and that we cover the 3 areas of expense at 6,000.
That's 7.
There you go.
Okay, I move that we cover for 6,700.
Yeah. Do I have a seconder?
Yeah, I'll second that. Thank you.
So it's Eddie and Crystal.
Yeah, she was first. All those in favour?
Can I just, I'm just going to say through the chair that there is not a lot of presence of kaitiaki in Ahipara through summer other than what this group does, and we don't see police, we don't see any other form of enforcement, we don't see any other assistance out in that area, and I'm sure every small beach community in the far north has the same problems and challenges, so appreciate that. Thank you.
Who's in favour, against, and who's abstained? Okay, so who's in favour?
So I'd like to see this group through the chair fundraising throughout the year, so that we're not the go-to person for people every year for this funding, because we can't, we sort of do it, we can't keep doing it all the time. It's got to be, they've got to, because there are other groups out there as well. So
yeah, I agree with you, Adele. Yeah. And so I think, there's not going to be signs and that next year, all that. But yeah, you're right that these guys need to,
and do some fundraising.
Groups need to start.
As a group themselves.
Yeah. And the other thing we need to do when we're discussing these things is everything discussion takes place as we're voting, not as an afterthought. So the vote, just to confirm again, all those in favour of.
I'll abstain, thank you.
Thank you, and 1 abstention. Two abstain.
So you're abstaining, you have to abstain.
Yeah, 2. Thank you.
I don't know that. Yeah,
you can do the next one. Easy. Killing me.
Yes. The council's doing it.
Yes.
I've handed over the recommendations.
Yeah, sorry, there's just a question on the table.
That's just 3 of you then. And what happened?
And Trevor.
So that would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is that the Hiku Community Board approved the sum of $5,000 plus GST applicable to be paid from the board's community grant fund account to Bold Angels Charitable Trust for costs toward 2025 Christmas pie packages in the Hiku ward.
I'll move that one.
Seconded.
I would like to change the amount now that we've heard from these good people to 3,000.
Yeah,
because they've really been doing very well.
Do you do the recommendation before you vote on it?
Well, if those who moved it first and seconded it agree, they can change.
Yeah, just change it.
Thank you.
We do, but do they agree to change it to 3,000? Mike moved, and I'm not sure who seconded.
No, I want to talk to it.
No one seconded.
Okay, so it has,
I think we should be talking to them first before we're moving them.
So that's good to know.
Oh, I just think I want to talk to this through the chair. That they have fundraised quite a bit, and they have, you know, and I think that I think we could afford to decrease. Well, sorry, give a little bit less to this organisation due to the amount they've already got at the moment. So.
And through the share, 3,000 is what they asked for last year and what the board granted.
Oh, that's good.
I think they'd be very grateful.
Yeah.
So is the amendment motion?
We have
others might want to talk to it.
Through the chair too, I see that also goes the young boards.
It's going to, this is specifically for use into Hiku board.
Yeah.
Any further discussion?
If there's no further discussion, Chair, I'd move that the Hiku board approve the sum of $3,000.
To move that and say you
All those in favour?
So we're just going to change it to $3,000.
We're going to discuss them first, I think, before we move on.
Through the chair, the next one is the Life Education Trust. They did not appear to speak. The policy states that if they're asking for more than 3,000, they need to, so the board can choose to leave this one to lie until they can attend a meeting.
Okay.
We'll need to make that.
Yeah, I move that this
Life Education.
Life Education.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Thank you. In favour?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, next one. That the Hiku Community Board approved the sum of.
We're going to talk about them first. Because we're on Douglas Bay, are we?
Yes, but you can
She's just reading out the reason.
Read it out.
To get it from the table.
On the tap. Yeah. Okay. Understand. Thank you.
That the Hiku Community Board approved the sum of $5,495 plus GST, if applicable, be paid from the board's community grant fund account to Douglas Bay Business Association for costs towards shuttles and waste management at the 2026 Manganui Waterfront Festival.
Just a reminder, I can't talk to this one or vote.
Was that the first application?
It's the first one in their name. We have had multiple applications from like others coming in that were doing parts of it, like a youth stage and stuff like that. But I went back as far as July of 2020, and Douglas Bay Promotions have not applied for funding for Manganui Waterfront prior to that. Yeah.
Because there's a couple of years that they didn't have any.
Yeah.
So their most concern is the shuttle, so that's $3,500.
So the recommendation that I made was specifically based on the quotes that they provided and would have covered the shuttles and the waste management. So they did ask for 36,000. Thought that was a little bit excessive based on what the board has left to grant. So I went for what I thought was reasonable for the board.
Through the chair, have they heard back from the other applications through Oxford? And
she hasn't said. When she was here, she didn't say.
I think she was still waiting.
Well, I can answer that, Rach, is that they had a meeting, the committee had a meeting, or us had a meeting with Oxford last week. And so pending their decision, but due to Pub Charity now out of the area, and Oxford have moved in and other trustees have moved into Taipa as well. So the committee's having a meeting with the new trust to see if they could take over Pub Charities this year. So
it won't be too late.
No.
Right.
Trillion.
So where's my response from two?
Most of those ones meet monthly, so you do get responses relatively quickly.
And perhaps through the chair, perhaps we can help with the shuttles and the recycling rubbish.
Yeah, it came to 5495. That's what the resolution recommendation was.
No further discussion? All those in favour?
Wait, we did a second.
Second.
I can second that.
Thank you.
So that was for the 5, yeah.
Okay. All those in favour?
Aye.
I'm abstaining.
Against? Abstain?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Krista was seconded. Yeah. And you were
Okay, so the next one.
Yeah.
These ones actually may only stepped over education and Subtitles.
Yeah.
The Hiku Community Board approved the sum of $4,500 plus GST if applicable be paid from the board's community grant fund account to Naomi Abimeleki for costs towards the staging and the sound system of 2025 Christmas concert in the sky event.
Yeah, she did provide quote for the sound system. It was 4,600, which is more than what she had previously quoted.
Any further, we've seen that with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what Rach said, that that this event was a really good event, and grateful, to Naomi and her crew for organising it. Big job big job to pick this up. So
through the chair, and there's not going to be a parade by the sounds of things, which is a bit disappointing. But
so this is what our community is going to rely on. So
Tell you what, it's
It's these sorts of events for the community that get our community fired.
right. So
Just a big one on the weekend.
Just a question. Sorry, just a question, Rachel. How long is it? When does it start and when does it finish? Can you remember?
Starts at 4.
in the and I was amazed at how many people flooded in. It was overwhelming, but my kids wandered around like I don't even know where they were half the time, and they were fine. All the kids just moved in mobs. And I can't remember seeing one single fight or scuffle or anything. Like, it was such a good vibe. No drugs, no alcohol. Really good security. Moving around the crowd on the gates. The only thing was the traffic management, because they just were overwhelmed by people, but they know that now. That's a really, really good event. But I would probably like to see the 4,600, so pay that stage and sound system outright. So
to achieve that 4,600 is just for the sound system. They're still negotiating the stage. They did put a price of about $1,500 in there, but I suspect it's probably going to be more. If you're wanting to cover that, then you're looking at least 6,000 at this stage.
Yeah, also.
I think the other thing we should note is the opportunity for other community groups to go and do fundraisers on the night. So stallholders, I think that's actually neat.
It's a real good community spirit. How do we do that? Can I recommend that you go up?
Yes, yeah. You can just move it into that.
Okay.
And then someone just needs to second it.
I'm going to move that you said an amount.
You're looking about 6,000-ish.
Okay.
Based on what she's got for the stage at the moment, but it could be more. But that would cover the sound system and the costs towards the stage.
at least it's a base.
At least there's a base amount. Concerned about that aspect last year and this year, so they've addressed it.
Very right.
Right.
Yeah.
And she never spoke about the fireworks either, really, did she?
Those were covered, yeah.
So, as a recommendation, I'd like to move the amount to $6,000.
Yeah, and I'll second that.
Thank you. All those in favour?
Aye.
Okay, so the next one is that the Hiku Community Board approved the sum of 2,520 plus GST applicable be paid from the board's community grant. Grant fund amount to school start first impressions for costs towards school supplies for vulnerable community in the Hiku ward.
Is it up?
The mover.
Do you want to discuss it first?
Talk about it first before moving.
They have gone to all the boards for funding, so this is purely for students into Hiku Ward.
Yes, but through the chair, have they talked about any schools they're going to go to? What school?
They haven't. The board could state that if you wanted to.
I mean, this education thing really, it's, yeah. It's a group from Auckland.
It is. It's a charitable trust down here, and they obviously had requests from up north. And they said that they were working through a lot of the organisations they were working with down there that had.
It's up to know who
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's under the 3,000 because it'd be nice
If you
for someone
want,
to.
you can leave it to July. If you're meeting on the 16th of December, which you've already resolved, we can ask them to speak at that meeting.
Yeah,
Make a decision.
okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to do.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, no worries. It was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if some of the schools are requesting this sort of stuff, they should be actually putting it in their budget to actually.
Schools can't put that in their budget because it's not, the Ministry of Education is very prescriptive about what they can put in their budgets. This is outside of that. This is for the kids who can't afford to buy the books and uniforms. And they said they're even covering uniforms. The kids there, yeah, they've been pulling back a lot too. That's why you got money back from last year, because they didn't have to do everything.
Yeah, I recommend that.
Well,
Sort of
it's community, and that's what the board has done in the past. So, yeah.
Oh, we've funded projects for them.
Yeah.
Not as far as this, a lot of this sort of stuff.
I recommend that we lay this on and that we get a speaker for us next time, please.
Okay, so I change that to the Hiku Community Board. Let this application lie pending further clarification form, and then the sum of.
Yeah.
Second.
Thank you. Mike, second. All those in favour?
Aye.
Those against? Abstain? Thank you.
And the next one. The one more. That the Hiku Community Board approved the sum of $5,000 plus GST applicable to be paid from the board community grant fund account to Whanau Tututa Rakiki for costs towards garden equipment funds and greenhouse.
Sorry, discussion. Just through the chair, if you just keep the name spelled properly as well, please.
Apologies, which was I spelled incorrectly.
It's Tutu Karakiri.
Yeah, my apologies. Make sure I get it spelled correctly.
Just through the chair, can this, if we do approve this, can this come out of our private?
It could do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it is part of my lease.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, absolutely.
Rather than our.
It's your call which budget you pull it out on this one. It could fit with either. Previously, I've made suggestions for stuff out of private place, and the board has said that rather come out of community grant, which is why I made the recommendation this time. But if you want to change it,
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, so you move it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's been no funding going forward from this group. They, as I say, they haven't done any funding towards this project. we like to give seed funding to different groups for different projects, but they have to go out and find some more funding. So, yeah.
I think we just need to be careful that we don't set a precedent as well.
That's the way I see it.
You know, with someone here in a school gets something and then next minute other schools come in and then they're here to provide a great one where the board's giving money to. So we just, I think we need to be a little bit careful about what we fund, what we approve on for this one.
Through the chair, they did ask for 10,000 and I cut that in half because the maximum is 50%.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at their quotes and seeing what we could actually, without sort of getting us.
So when I was going through, thank you.
Like I think I saw.
Yeah, there were a few things in there, so.
Yes, I totally agree with you through the chair, through Eddie, that we can't set a precedence for this sort of thing, because I'm sure all the schools would love to have one of these greenhouses.
So through the chair, garden equipment, soil, sand, plants and trees came to 5,000. They asked for 3. And the greenhouse is just over $5,000.
Yeah.
So that could cover the cost towards the garden equipment plus a little bit towards the greenhouse, or just the cost of the greenhouse completely. Your call.
Yes, we could have a stream of schools coming in.
Definitely a sign of the times, though.
Pardon?
Definitely a sign of the times of all our schools out there scraping for funding. But we are not the band-aid to the problem.
No, we aren't.
But I agree with you, Mike. At the same time, they're life skills they're learning that will go with it.
Yeah,
real important. Yeah, I understand.
I'd like to move that we decline this application.
The whole thing.
Yeah, we can do that because we might have a flood of all sorts of 14.
Oh, I think that's just worst case scenario. That thinking about it like that way.
Well, we
not challenging you on your opinion, but surely there's some part of there that we can at least contribute to instead of just the big cut-off.
Is there further discussion on that?
I don't know what I think, what's in here that meets our outcomes. Catherine, what?
It's about when you are in your report there.
Yeah.
In the page at the back where I've got the table where I've gone through there and I talk about meeting community outcomes 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So below that table, it outlines what those are. So 1 is a wisely managed and treasured environment that recognises the roles played as kaitiaki. 2 is embracing and celebrating our unique culture and heritage and value it as a source of enduring pride. 3 is a proud, vibrant community. 4 is prosperous communities supported by a sustainable economy. 5 is communities that are safe, connected and sustainable. And 6 is communities that are prepared to be unexpected. So those are all straight out of the long-term plan as well. So they're not just community board, they are council community outcomes. And those are also the 4 well-beings are incorporated into those outcomes as well.
4 well-beings are going to be slashed.
That does not mean that council will get rid of the 4 well-beings. That is central government's decision. That is not the council's decision, and our community outcomes still incorporate the 4 well-beings.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at that, it meets 5 out of the 6 well-beings.
Exactly.
And the only one that doesn't, and that could still be, is the prosperous community supported by a sustainable economy. because this is not about making money for the community.
Further discussion?
Does anyone want to change them?
Yeah, I just, on that through the chair, I just think if it meets 5 out of 6, that's quite a high threshold. But I don't know that we have a requirement to meet every single one, but I think in terms of sustainability, I think the opportunities for these students to learn how to be sustainable in the future, and there's not enough people learning how to grow gardens, and it's good for our community if we have people that do.
So, Rachel?
The chair, if to square it off, maybe in our minds, could we find a way to not to approve some funding without seeing the precedent? Like, we see this as a pilot.
Yes,
we're just going to see how it goes.
Absolutely.
Or if this is just a one-off, if this still is a pilot to, if we don't want to make, we can note it in a minute.
That's
we don't want to set a precedent that every school's going to be one-off. But somehow square it off. So we're giving them some so they can go and do their project, but we're not saying, hey, everyone come and apply to the community board.
Yeah, this is what I'm really worried about. Yeah,
because it does happen.
It will happen
to us.
Yeah. Oh, you gave such and such. And
And then
it'll just go on. We've got hundreds. We've got a lot of schools up here.
Really to square it away. Like to be able to justify why you gave them and not them.
Yeah.
But is there some wording we could use that might just set it up for us to say, well, yes, we did, but
I do talk to applicants and say that it is up to the board on the day they may not get the funding. I don't know that this necessarily sets a precedent because we have funded schools for different things before as well, which others we have not. The board has not. I think if it were not a school, would you still consider it?
Or was it a community garden or something like that?
I can take the school out of it. If it was not a school, would you still consider it for funding?
Yes, because the flow of the potential of his is massive.
Yeah.
There's actually some kids in Tai town that don't even know how to fish and look where we live. This has the potential to change that. So for me, I think, we should be totally in support of this.
And I would be recommending that they go to the final funding. Yes, for funding next round, which will next year.
So that could be an option.
Yeah, well, I'll be
additional.
And the final money is
30%. Yeah, so if you're going to move it, you still need to decide how much you're going to move it for and state which pot you want funding to come out in.
Sorry, it's just over again.
Aisha?
Kia ora, through the chair. I just wanted to highlight that this conversation that's taking place highlights the necessity for you guys to agree amongst you as a board what your priorities are. So when you're going through and discussing your strategic plan, thinking about the types of projects or the type of board that you want to be, where you want to provide that support. So it might even be, if you're not sure at the moment, that you could leave it to lie so that you as a board can formulate what your priorities are and where your strategy heads. You might have sufficient information to move a motion at the moment. You might choose to decline it. It is really up to you. But if you feel that you're not too sure whether or not it's within scope of what you want to do, you don't necessarily want to set a precedent yet, then you could leave it to lie, have your strategic plan discussion, work out where your priorities sit, and then reconsider it at the December meeting.
Yeah, kia ora through the chair. I was thinking about the strategic plan, Hui, that we have planned for next month, and I was probably a little bit like Eddie, my thoughts. I just couldn't work out how to say it. But yeah, I think, I'm not averse to the 15th having a Hui for a decent length of time just to put the effort into this space. The time we spend at the front end and that Hui will save us a lot of time in decision-making situations like this. just further to it, I'm supportive of it, and I think I know schools start winding down in December. It'd probably be good for them to be buying materials and working on this potentially through the holiday break, so that when the kids come back in January, they've got something to go to work with. But yeah, that's just my thought on the particular funding request, but also the wider strategic corridor, just to support what Aisha's saying too. Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor.
Through the chair, it's that for this in particular, we've seen all the cuts in kids' care and all of that, breakfast at schools and all of, and this is them and their way of coming with a solution to solving that. And I just want to commend that. And it's they don't operate like a normal school there. It's really community pākainga orientated. So they don't just do it for their school, for the students at the school. Tangi, Mate, big kaupapa that happen there, kaumātua kuia, they just, they're forever delivering kai. And so I think this is more beneficial for them and helping what they actually do in the community sense as well. So I'd like to stay at the amount, and if it can come out of the pride place budget.
Have you moved that, mate?
Yeah.
Are you moving?
Yeah, sorry.
Have a second there?
I'll second it.
Yeah, I'm happy to second that.
You can have that one too.
And it comes out of the pride place.
Pride place, yeah.
And with those, Rachel was talking about.
Yeah. Rachel.
That will be a conversation I'll have with them. So
yes.
All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Abstain? Thank you. Number 8.1, page 112. Hiku Community Board, August 2025, Open Resolution Report. Mover. What did we discuss? We discussed it, sorry.
I can move it.
For a lot of you, this will be new.
Are we talking per resolution, or is that what?
Oh, yeah.
Anything's changed? Is that good? Anything else?
Can I ask a question of Councillor Rachel?
Yes.
With I note when we were at the LGNZ meeting, we were there. Regional Council made the comment something of that they were looking at taking over drainage, etc., etc. Was that just
I think there is
passing? Okay, and that's where it's at this stage. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
There's a little note there.
Yeah. Yep. I see. Thank you. Yeah.
So through the chair, they've actually given quite a good thing on the 18th of November. They've updated. Drainage. It's a good update there. So the North Park toilet is in this resolution page, Rachel. So
can someone explain to the new members what that is?
So there's been some money in the long-term plan for years now to have a new toilet down in North Park. So we actually thought we had a position, 9 to 10. We're going to allocate a piece of land at the front for a toilet, and then all of a sudden they changed their mind because they were going to use that as an entrance to make the entrance a bit bigger, because they were going to add on to their building at the side of where they do the boards. Yeah. So that didn't happen, and then we went to somewhere else in that area, and that I think was further along the road where that new post office box building is. That didn't happen. And then we went to the land which is in behind the sign, which is on the Gull land.
Oh, yeah.
And we, so the discussions with them, they were actually quite approved. They were going to approve, because we, as the Te Huku Revitalisation did the actual sign and everything, we put in all the electrical stuff for the actual the plumbing and everything was there for the toilet. Because that they approved all that, and then it didn't happen in the end. The Gull actually pulled out. So we're sort of up in the air a bit with the toilet there now. We don't know where we're going to put it. So the staff are still going to have to find a place to put that toilet. So it's, yeah. I need to talk to John Stewart, because he was actually dealing with Gull. He wrote another letter to them too. So I'm not quite sure where he got to with that one. So I need to talk to John Stewart, because he was following that up.
Probably need someone there.
Yeah, someone needs to know. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, no.
We desperately need a toilet down that end.
Is it on that side? Is that the preferred place? On Mitre 10 side of that front?
Not necessarily.
Well, we wanted it, but that was going to wear, because they're the ones who wanted the toilet down that end. Because they don't have a customer toilet. The warehouse have a customer toilet, and then they closed it because it was getting vandalised. Oh, yeah. And yeah, so we've kind of stuck, and we were going to actually put it over by Pick and Save in that roundabout area. Yeah, because there was actually some reserved land there, and yeah, and that wasn't feasible in the end. So there have been a few locations, I can tell you. Yeah, this has been going on for a number of years. A number of years, probably 9 years this has been going on for.
Wow.
Yeah. To get the right.
Yeah.
Oh. The only thing that we probably need to have a discussion is with possibly the warehouse people, and see if we can do it in their parking area somewhere. But, yeah. So the staff maybe might have to go and have a discussion with the warehouse people, because that would be ideal, really.
I think we should seek other options. We've exhausted them.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where we're at. But the funding is there. We don't want to lose the funding. It keeps getting carried forward and carried forward and carried forward. Yep. So that's where we're at.
The digital sign's not on there. The digital sign's not on there.
Yeah, it is. Bottom of page 4.
So I've been following it up with everything. So he's working at he's working with the business association, I think, and making progress.
Oh, good.
To get that up and running.
Yeah.
I think the community board, the business association are going to end up taking it over.
Yes. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
so
they'll power to get it done, and then the people take over. But I'll forward the email.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So we can talk about it just today.
It is underway.
I did see something about it before elections, about that Ruben had sent out an email about that they were working with, was it Laser Electrical that were going to do it? Yeah.
Send it to you, but all together.
Okay. So what was the other thing?
Thank you for that, Adair.
Oh, the typo placemaking is pretty straightforward.
Yep. Well underway.
That's underway.
The question, did we get any response or movement with the removal of the waka query storage?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Weren't they going to come back with costings and that? Or?
Yeah, well, it says here they're going to come back with costing. Hilda was going to talk to the Wakarama group.
Oh, she'll pick it up. Yeah.
And she needs to work with Trudy as well.
Yeah,
Trudy Allen out there. So
okay.
That'd be your area.
Yeah.
I can be involved because at a board level, it's one of our placemaking projects.
That'd be good.
It's a board thing now.
Do you have a movement?
So over the page, there's so our board at the end of each year we would lose our funding if we don't do something with it. And the town beautification fund, and we've got that fund in place now still for 25-26. So at the end of 24-25, we allocated the 57,000 towards our footpath budget, which has gone into our footpaths, which we haven't dealt with. We haven't had a footpath agenda or whatever it is come to our board yet, because they're not working on footpaths anymore at the moment with the light LTP. So we've got quite a bit of money because the money keeps rolling over each year. So we'll have a good amount of money to do some of these footpaths that are on our list eventually.
Cool. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I think that one might come out of a different fund. But apart from that, that's it, I think.
Allendale Drive, backup timing. I'm still following it along. Well, just trying to lobby.
Traffic calming,
to lobby to get those plastic, easy to install, low cost speed bumps.
That's good if you can, Rachel.
Those were tabled at one of our last meetings, weren't they, Rachel, with samples, which is...
It's at the top of the hill.
It's open. I think those don't. It's so far out. It's not like we haven't been showing how dangerous.
Yeah. Ask for a mover, please. Resolution report.
Well, I thought we had. No, I'll move it then.
We keep getting confused between discussion.
I did move it.
Second it.
Yeah, I'll second it.
All those in favour? Against? Abstain? Thank you. Eddie, I know you want to talk about part of your report, but we'll say that for the closing. Is there further business? Unless you close meeting.
Kei nui tātou. Uri ki te mato ki te mauti ki te ore o tapu iku pērā hoki te timatanga ai pērā nei ai pērā ki ake ake. Amen.
Amen.